Welcome back to the Hitbox European Championship number 3 here on Pro Dota EN. This is going to be game number 1. You heard that right, we are 42 minutes late, but that shouldn't slow us down too much. We've already been through the draft, we just had to do a remake to get into the servers. I'm Grandis V, joined by Kefka, and we'll be getting into this game shortly.
Yeah, hopefully no more pauses. It took quite some time, and let's see if I'm interested to see if the Spirit Breaker will do the same thing. If he's gonna change it up since there was a pause in case opponents possibly could have checked. Not sure if they will, probably not, but still, I think it's interesting to watch. Like if people do the same things when there's a remake.
Yeah, as a whole, that was probably the only thing of consequence that actually happened was just the TV top and placing of the ward, so that's pretty much the only thing you can change.
Yeah, and hopefully this game won't have pauses, and it will hopefully also be very action-packed, as these teams tend to be very aggressive in all stages of the games.
Yeah, and in the drafts too, I think their picks kind of back that up.
Yeah, early Spirit Breaker pick just screams aggression. And he's gonna do the same thing. I like that. That's how okay, and Sasu changes up. He didn't do the same thing.
Yeah, he's gonna TP down towards the bottom area. He ran down there the first time around, but let's see where the Clockwork places his ward. Spirit Breakers is in the exact same spot, so Clockwork is going to go ahead and block, get some vision down as well, but for the most part I think this game is pretty much unchanged.
Yeah, I think the TP support, the TP from offlaners have become very popular recently. It's so strong to actually get a block off where you don't show like anything, because opponents, if you block but they see you they can kinda tell like it's on this side at least. But if you TP out, you get a pre-block. It's so strong, and they forced to use a lot of sentry if they want to reward it.
Yeah, at the very least 2 for the Radiant side, and even then there are some spots that aren't easily caught out. Looks like the top rune spot's going to be given the way of the Radiant team. Although they'd love to secure this for the IO, he doesn't actually start with the Bottle Rush, so Nisha, even though he's not going to get this bounty run, isn't going to be shut down because of it.
Yeah, he wants to have give Bounty Hunter a bit of a better start, so he can go over Venom early and try and put a lot of pressure. Doesn't have clarity though, so has to be a bit careful of using his mana. Can't really just spam that Shadow Walk this game.
Templar Assassin should get a bounty rune, that's going to help her a lot. She only starts out with 2 branches, 2 pooled tangos. No big surprise there, but it is going to propel her towards her bottle faster than the Lina.
Yeah, and a lot of detection on Yol here, on the Witch Doctor. 2 dust and 1 center ward. So he's gonna try and keep this bounder from getting experience, but it's gonna be kind of harder because, or the offlane, the Sasu here on Clockwork. But he can't really deward efficiently because he only has 1 sentry, and he kind of want to have that for bounty. So it's probably going to be a lot of experience for the Clockwork here, and it's going to be hard for the Shadow Fiend to farm, I think, as well, against this kind of lineup.
Yeah, the lane's going to be constantly pushed into a tower since Clockwork will just pull the creeps under there and make it very difficult for the Shadow Fiend to get the CS that he'd like. Currently only sitting at 1 soul, and it's going to take him a while before he can get up enough damage to where he can just sit in the lane comfortably.
Yeah, if Sasu manages to get some denies or even just force Shadow Fiend not to get lost it here early, it's gonna be a big impact already. Also, this is very nice, pushing the tower. Shadow Fiend is very bad at last linear on the tower before it's level 2, so it can be really strong to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Up in top lane, the Spirit Breaker is going to be up against the IO Tiny dual lane, which can, in theory, catch out the Spirit Breaker, but for the most part he's not going to be zoned. So these offlaners, compared to what they normally experience in the laning stage, are going to have a pretty good time. Bottom lane, however, there's going to be a paralyzing cast back and forth between Dimitri and Sasu. Going to get a lot of damage into the Bounty Hunter, but on the flip side of the coin, with the Venom going to work, Rubik's going to be dropped to about as low as they dropped the Bounty.
Oh, top lane. Spirit Breaker might go down. He's very low. There's no mana on Tiny just yet, though.
Yeah, looks like he's going to try to run away, and he has a salve, although he's going to take a lot of damage from these spirits. He'll be under his tower and should be back up at a reasonable amount of HP soon.
Yeah, I think they could have gone on that kill actually on alternate, but it could have been risky. He got the mana to throw after the Claret was used on Nisha, but he would have thrown the Wisp into the tower, and if Spirit Breaker managed to salve through the auto attacks, that could have been a dead Spirit Breaker, a dead Wisp rather. So I think it's a pretty safe option, and it's not a bad one at all to just let it go.
Yeah, with good salve usage and lucky bashes, could have been Sunlight's first blood, and that's definitely not what you want to have happen. Although the Bounty Hunter has moved around quite a bit, these lanes, for the most part, have stayed the way that they have been for a while, and now that the Shadow Fiend has level 2, has almost maxed out souls, is going to be very comfortable when he's sitting in mid, and Although Lina has an advantage now, as soon as Supreme gets a little bit more experience, and now that he has the bottle running, things should start tipping in towards his favor.
Yeah, Rubik rotated bottom immediately, realizing that they need to secure a bit for Shadow Fiend early, otherwise it's gonna be a lot of trouble. And this is a sentry against Bond Hunter. He might
Going to
get
lift
caught.
him up. Yep, they have raises. A paralyzing cast. Raise 1 will connect. Raise number 2 is going to be there, and that's going to be first blood for your Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, what a big first blood for the Shadow Fiend. It's so strong. And the Shadow Fiend, I mean, Bond Hunter messing up already. He's only level 1, hasn't got any experience, and already fed first blood. He hasn't put any pressure on the mid lane. Lina is outlaning the TA right now, so this is sentry as well. He's gonna eat it up.
Ooh, Avalanche toss up top lane. Sunlight's gonna be in a little bit of trouble. Charge into the Tiny, try to run away. A pretty tanky hero, but I'm not sure if he can survive these Wisp Orbs. They need one auto attack and they'll find it. Tiny will draw a kill on the enemy offlaner.
Yeah, a very important kill to get a retaliation here after Shadow Fiend getting the first blood. And but the Lina is doing very good in mid, but they're gonna put a lot of pressure and they miss stun. This is trouble.
They have a lift, however, so that's going to buy them a little bit more space. And it's actually the Witch Doctor denied. Now Dimitri taking a lot of damage.
And the Cloakwork gets the kill on Witch Doctor. How did he get that? I did not see that at all. I was
looking in mid, so I have no idea.
Yeah, that must have been some major over-aggression, I feel, like, from the Witch Doctor there. And maybe even took tanks on tower shots.
Yeah, I think he'd have to, especially with a 2 flare build coming up from the Clockwork. Although it's safer and probably the choice in this lane, it's not as good at killing those supports.
Oh, and that gives Clockwork, like, even though Bounty kind of fed first blood, could have been avoided, but wasn't. It's that kind of stuff happened as well. But now suddenly Clockwork is looking really strong here, going into the later stage of the laning phase. With a Bounty, it's gonna end pretty early, I think.
Yeah, Clockwork's now almost at level 5. Almost at parity with your mid laners, which is absolutely wonderful for an offlane hero to have, and he has a level advantage over the Shadow Fiend. Even though SF is really strong with the damage output that he has, if he gets isolated without supports, things could get interesting.
Yeah, and Witch Doctor taking top. They want to kill this Wisp, I feel like. They have a lot of damage. If Spearpick gets a batch, that takes a lot of HP away from the IO.
This is going to be your cast charge forward, looking for that 17%, but with an Avalanche and running away, Exotic Deer should be able to disengage. It's a low probability kill if they're going on the Tiny, especially.
Yeah, it's understandable that they want to go for that kill. Since IO kind of ran away, they're not really sure where he's going. But it's very unlikely to kill Tiny there, and IO is coming in with the ball of charges, and there's no way that's happening.
Yeah, the lanes will stay pretty much the same as they have been. Although there have been a couple attempts at rotations, they haven't been super successful. His Bounty Hunter is still only level 2. He has Shuriken, no points in Janata. His early roams have been not very effective. But once Clockwork gets 6, the Clockwork can be ran. Oh, he walks under tower, gets lifted up into raises. He gets the kill, however, with the Shuriken. The Shadow Fiend was taking shots under tower. Although the Bounty Hunter dies, that's 100% worth it for him.
Yeah, that was a major misplay by the Rubik. He was too greedy, tossing Bounty into the Shadow Fiend pretty much. He did not expect the level 2 Bounty to go Shuriken. It's generally you go Dianada, so a nice play from the Bounty. Going for the Shuriken paid off major.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as the stacking situation for both sides is concerned, you have a double stack in the medium camp and now in the large stack as Spirit Breaker is going to pull that up for Lina, and nothing really has been made for the Templar Assassin. Although
Top lane.
Oh, yeah, they're going to get the toss. Witch Doctor is going to die pretty much on impact, and now Templar Assassin dives in mid, gets a kill onto the Lina. A big turn of events for ATN.
Yeah, and Alternate taking big control over this game already, 6 minutes into the game. Look at the Clockwork versus the Spirit Breaker. Clockwork is gonna be twice the levels of Spirit Breaker, with Clockwork hitting 6 before Spirit Breaker gets 4, I think. It's gonna be really strong, and Clockwork getting an early level 6, that is very dangerous. Only Rubik is like the one that can kinda deal with it. All the other heroes will maybe die even, just straight up.
Yeah, even the Shadow Fiend isn't immune to it. He'll need a little bit of help if he wants to go for one of those bigger targets, but it's something that's open up to them, and this is going to be space on the map for Bounty Hunter to get his track online.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter not focusing too much on himself right now, stacking a lot and going for the suicide missions, which is of course worth it, but okay, he was gonna stack, but then he used Shadow Walk, so that was really weird. He was gonna stack Ancients and then he just went in with, so they ran back and he didn't stack it.
Unfortunate. That's some gold that's going to be lost by the Templar Assassin, but it's still a double stack, and she'll still be able to get that extra bit of income. A little bit of lag spike there, but Clockwork's on the move now with his hookshot at the ready. I think he wants to find the Witch Doctor here inside the woods. He's not going to. He's down closer towards his tier 1. He's running poles right now, but he could get caught out very easily. Sasu doesn't have vision here, so it's a little bit more difficult than he'd like to have this kill happen, and maybe they even look for the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, Clockwork wanna find a pickoff right now and give this lane to Bounty Hunter so he could get 6 early. But if he stays like this too long and doesn't find anything, he's gonna fall behind quite fast. Spirit Breaker is getting quite a lot of experience on top lane now, and he really wanna be ahead when he got this early start.
This rune might change things for Sasu. It's going to fill his bottle first and foremost, but if it's something like a haste or an invis, might even be able to set up on a more difficult kill.
Yeah, unfortunately, a bounty rune.
Yeah.
But Team Alternate is doing very well, already 2,000 gold ahead, even though they gave away first blood. That's pretty impressive. And Temple Assassin still has the ancient stack, even though they kind of messed it up. It could have been a lot better. It's still a lot of gold there.
Sasu's on the move, looking towards mid lane, and with Templar Assassin's help, this could very easily be a kill. Lina goes for Light Strike Ray, but bounce back into the Templar Assassin's damage, and a secondary Cogs bounce is going to mean that BCC will fall.
Yeah, BCC running into the second cog, that was a mistake. I think he could have avoided that pretty easily. On top lane though, yeah, Spirit Breaker is gonna go down. This combo does so much damage. Even the tanker offlaners like Spirit Breaker can't deal with it. He just gets destroyed. It's really frustrating to lane against this when you're a melee hero there.
Yeah, 3 points up in the Avalanche, 4 points up in the toss. Tiny's going to pass on the point in ultimate, at least for now. I'm not sure exactly how that scales with the damage, so I can't speak for the math of it. It's a different choice, but yeah, very easy to kill that Spirit Breaker. Charge down towards bottom onto Dimitri. Level 4 Bounty Hunter can be fairly easily killed if they have a follow-up, but I'm not sure they're going to feel comfortable diving under a tower, especially with Clockwork there.
Yeah, I don't think they will. I think Wisp is kind of close to 6, and if he gets 6 when this dive happens, that could be horrible.
Spirit Breaker's not going to cancel to get one raise to connect. They have another 2 raises, but will decide against it. No detection under the tower, and actually no detection on any of these 3 heroes.
That was a very weird play. I don't know why Spirit Breaker didn't have detection. I think someone should have dropped it for him if he couldn't afford it himself. Probably some miscommunication there. But still, that shows how aggressive these teams want to play. He goes for that charge, doesn't cancel it, even though they don't have dust. He's gonna make it that play. It didn't work out this time, but they didn't get killed either, so it doesn't really matter for either team what happened there.
Yeah. Tiny's gonna go for a Blink Dagger, although usually in this case you'll see drums or just go straight for the Aghanim Scepter for the Tiny. It's another aggressive pickup, and he can get solo kills on pretty much anybody. Witch Doctor is definitely no exception. He's spotted out, Blink, Toss, Avalanche, Punch, and that'll be a kill for Exotic Deer.
Yeah, this is the power of Tiny early game, getting levels and then the Blink Dagger, you just destroy everyone. Look at the lineup of Teamless. Like, who can deal with this? Spirit Breaker is the tankiest hero they have, and he's kind of shut down, so he's not going to be that tanky. And the rest are just all bottom laners who are going to be relocated.
Yeah, they're going to look for this kill in general, but one raise is going to connect on Dimitri. Drops him low, but there's your Avalanche Toss combination. He'll look for the long range kill on a Bounty Hunter, but he'll be slightly outside of the range. And Exotic Deer's on a mega kill spree. He'll get a couple of creeps down in bottom and go right back up towards top, not missing a beat. ATN are really on their way to snowballing to victory this game. Everybody's getting what they need. Although Templar Assassin could be perhaps a little bit more farmed, is still doing much better than Lina at face value.
Sasu! Oh my god! What? He had no idea. He just sent a scouting rocket and he got a kill on Spirit Breaker. That was farming too greedily. Oh my god, that was insane.
Yeah, I don't think that was intentional, but hey, free kills.
On top lane.
They're going to pull back the Tiny, try to get this kill. Raze is going to connect, and with the Maledict, that is going to be lethal, a much-needed kill for the side of Teamless, yeah.
General was looking really bad with that death on bottom lane. I think he made a really nice play trying to get the counter kill, but this kill means so much. And on mid lane, Lina's gonna get going on here.
They have the flare, they have the hook shot, and they don't need to bounce her back. Meld Strike and just a couple more auto attacks. Io secures it with Spirit. Sunlight's going to charge into 3. Bounce back by the Cogs is going to take a lot of damage, but Templar Assassin decides to go for the Rubik instead. Rubik will die. Spirit Breaker tries to run off towards the sidelines, but slowed down by the trap, chased down by the Clockwork, and with the secondary side trap, excuse me, it's going to be a double kill for the Io, 13-3. Although ATN lose their Tiny, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things since they get so many kills in mid.
Yeah, and they're just taking complete control of this early game. This is a 12-minute Desolate on the TA. If they have a medallion, I guess they don't have it yet, Bounty probably will pick it up, but they can take Roche right now. I don't think there's anything that can stop them. Shadow Fiend doesn't have his mech yet, if that's what it's gonna go. I'm assuming that is his item choice. And Spirit Break is not 6 yet. These charges that he's making are way too aggressive. You see, the bottom one that I call out was kind of aggressive. I didn't think he was going to go for it. And then this one in mid as well. He just goes way too deep, and he loses three heroes as a result.
Yeah, that Desolator timing is without Supreme actually taking any Ancient stacks beforehand. It's very, very fast. And although he didn't deliver it until just now, Supreme could probably solo Roshan. He has a regeneration rune in his bottle too.
Yeah, he didn't go the meld build this game though. He has 4 inside blades and only 2 meld, so he might want to wait a bit. I think this is a pretty okay build. I don't dislike it at all. But as a result, he probably wants a medallion or to get a few more levels before he goes for the Roche.
Yeah, fair enough. It helps in the lane against Selena, but now slowed down BZZ is going to get tossed avalanched in the face, and with one meld strike, that's it. Actually not even using the meld, just the Desolator hit. Refraction stolen by the Rubik's going to dodge a lot of that damage, but he's tracked, and I don't see this Rubik surviving. They'll keep on chasing him down. This is so much money for their team. One more shot, and it's a double kill for the Templar Assassin.
Yeah, that would have been a one-shot Rubik, I think. If he
Oh, Sunlight under the tower. Avalanche is going to be thrown after the toss, clipping onto Yol as well. A little bit greedy there, but they might be able to get 2 track kills. 1 track kill is going their way. That's a secondary one, and just like that, ATN are balling completely out of control, as if they weren't already. The amount of map presence that they have is unparalleled. Take a look at the farm of their supports especially.
Yeah, they're doing amazing now, and the track just coming online now as well.
Avalanche toss. General is not going to get out of here alive.
Buying the blink as well. I think mech might not be enough because the heroes will get bursted down so fast that he can't really go for it. And in mid lane, Lina, are you gonna get killed here?
Ooh, they don't have the Avalanche off of cooldown, but now they do, and they have a blink available on the Tiny. Charge forward by the Spirit Breaker. They want to go into this? Are you kidding me? They're going to get the Avalanche to cancel the charge, and Sunlight's going to be ripped apart. Wicked sick for Supreme. They're going to chase forward another slow toss, and Gigi's already called.
I think they got a lot there. I talked about it earlier, and this Spirit Breaker went way too aggressive. And when you lose early game to a lineup like this, you're probably not gonna get a comeback.
Well, we had more delay time than we had actual game time. A commanding performance coming out from ATN in game number 1. It's still a best of 3 series, and I think you're right. It's probably better to just call GG, go into the next game, rather than play at a losing battle. So we'll have to see how Teamless are going to respond. Game number 2 should be coming up very quickly.